It is finally here. Our KVK3 is going to start in a couple of days, and I think it's a great time to make a restart account update video because once KVK3 starts, we're going to have access to the latest and the greatest commanders, so our account is going to transform massively. Now, as you can see, we are on the dark side, 3394, allied with 10, 13, and 16, versus 92, 85, 98, and 3401. I think it's going to be a pretty fun KVK. Now, back to our account. Still, we do have 27.5 million power, not even 30 million. We're of course still saving until the next Zenith of power. I made a video, ask you guys if we should push for it or not, and the majority of the answers was yes. But those yeses were like, go for it, go for the content, like very hyped answers, right? There were way less people who said no, but their explanations were so on point. So I was like, if I go for it, I'll probably not place at top 10. And that's why what we're going to do is pretty much both. I'm not going to push power in the first couple days. What I'm going to do is I'm going to observe. First, I'm going to, of course, calculate. I'm going to go to rokcalculator.com and see exactly how many speed ups I have, how many resources I have, and how much power that I can push with those speed ups and resources. And then on the third or the fourth day, I'm going to decide if I should push or not. If it makes sense, if it looks like we can place top 10, we will go for it. We will max technology, max our buildings, and train some extra troops. But if top 10 is already at like 40-45 million on the first couple days, then I'm going to basically divide my speed ups and resources, and I'm going to participate in every single power up event that gives good number of, I don't know, sculptures, materials, whatever that is. We'll basically spend everything across like 4 or 5 different events. And this means during KVK3, we're done saving, we're going to unlock our tier 5 units. Now, since we have 27.5 million power, you guessed it correct, still I have not done any research upgrades or building upgrades. I'm upgrading these two, hoping that before they end, Zenith of Power will be here, so if we decide to push for it, these two are going to give us a good chunk of power without using pretty much no speed ups. But rest of the buildings like gold mines, hospitals, they're just low level. Let's take a look at our VIP. We are pretty, I mean, not even close. We can get VIP 15 at this moment if we want to, but we are not in a hurry. We are going to do it if we decide to push for Zenith of Power, because 20% building speed and 20% research speed. I think this is going to save us a lot of speed ups, and I know it is quite expensive, like 75,000 gems, especially if we don't get a more than gems. It's going to feel like I've wasted a lot, but it is what it is. If we want to push, we have to get this VIP 15 first, because unfortunately I don't have like 10 years worth of speed ups. And as you can guess, of course, our commander lineup haven't changed. Still, our two main marches, oh my god, calling these marches main is just, I feel so bad, but it is Richard F. Flat, the infantry march, and Minamoto with double C is our cavalry march. But in KVK3, this is going to change. Now, our equipment is also the same. I'm not actually going to get into commander investment and equipment crafting, like what are our plans for KVK3 in this video, because this Saturday, I guess, I should be able to finish the editing. I'm going to release a guide, a video, discussing the smoothest transition from KVK3 to Season of Conquest. And in that video, I pretty much explain exactly what I'm going to do, and the best way to transition for newer players, such as the minimum equipment requirement, what you should craft first, or which commander that you should invest between, infantry, cavalry, and archers, and which order you should do it. So definitely make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. I think it's going to be very valuable. But as I said, right now it's Richard F. Flat, Minamoto double C, and it doesn't mean anything because we are in off season, there is no fighting. And if we take a look at what we saved so far, starting with the equipment, now this is a little bit deceiving, because if we just try to guess how many legendary materials that I've collected so far, I think you would say around 250 to 300. However, there is one thing that you should keep in mind, and we also have some amount of materials here. It's not a lot. I saved up 794 crystal keys, which is, I think, going to give us a good chunk of extra materials. And on top of that, what I plan to do in this pre-KVK Marauder stage, I plan to spend all my speed ups, which is around like 400,000, I guess. So I don't even know if I will have enough time to do it, but I'm going to try to do it. The reason is, again, if we decide to push for Zenith of Power, I will need gems, I will need speed ups, and I will need resources. And Marauder rewards consist all of them. And another thing that they consist is, of course, materials. So we will have way more legendary materials than you see right here. And one more thing, Of course, we're going to invest 1 archer, 1 cavalry, 1 infantry march, and when we start crafting legendaries for these slots, I will most likely dismantle these and in return get a lot of extra materials. So I think we will have roughly around like 400 to 450, I don't know, legendary materials, and it's definitely enough to craft bunch of great equipments. Next up, armaments, 104 blue, 115 epic, almost 90 legendaries, 29 random blues, and 6 random legendaries. We also saved up 48 transmission stones. It's not a lot because you can spend it in a blink of an eye to perfect or make an armament good at least. So we definitely need a lot more than that, but I think from these we should be able to get our marches, the armaments of our marches, to at least a decent spot. And regarding sculptures, if you guys wonder, it is around 1,560, just enough to expertise 2 commanders and low invest to another one. Or if you want to divide your investments, you can just low invest to a bunch of commanders, but I don't really recommend that. Now we need to take a look at the spending section because we actually go over budget a little bit. So that's where we left, that's where we left on the last video. Since then, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 purchases. In total, all these 10 purchases, you can take a look at it and calculate if you want to, but in total, they cost $130. And I didn't actually plan to spend it. The reason I did it is the Alliance mobilization event, because we had a certain point threshold, and the best way to get it is, if you're free to play, low spend, whatever, is to either train T5 troops or use a bunch of speed ups on training, buildings, research, whatever. And since we don't have T5 yet, and also I am saving my speed ups for a possible Zenith of Power push, for us to be able to reach 1,800 plus points, I decided to make some purchases and spend some gems. So this way I completed my part for this Alliance mobilization event. Hope you guys liked it, hope you guys enjoyed it. I cannot wait to get into KVK 3, not because I love KVK 3, it's going to be all about, altar fights and all that. But we will finally have access to, William Wallace, Liu Che, John, Nevsky, Hawkubing, ZL, Herman. Oh, I'm so hyped. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss KVK 3 videos or the Saturday's video, which is, as I've explained at the start of it, the transitioning from earlier KVKs to Season of Conquest, the smoothest way to transition. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Goodbye.